Street Fighter 6 Season 3 just came out a few weeks ago along with a bunch of balance changes. Cammy got changed in several ways, so we're going to go through and talk about what were those changes, what do they mean for Season 3, and what are some of the new setups and options that you have access to now. So the first change was to her standing light kick. Basically the hitbox doesn't go quite as far now. So remember, this is a key poke, punish tool, neutral tool, 5-frame startup, good range, but now it's just going to have slightly less range. You can see there's kind of a magic range here where it'll start to hit. Just get familiar with that range now. Doesn't feel too different, but it is going to affect those fringe situations, such as Bison Scissor Kicks on block. This is -5. So you have to be close enough in order to punish that. But if I back up just a step here, that's going to whiff now. So just try to get familiar with that range, when you can punish, what you can go into, and other than that, it's basically the same move. Next change is to heavy DP against airborne. So now if it hits on active frame 1 or 2, they don't get knocked back as far. So it leaves you in range to do a last frame meaty stand medium punch. You can also get like a crouch fierce meaty like that, or you can add more of a delay if you want a gap on purpose. And you can also do drive rush jab to bait DP and super. And you can do like a last minute bait as well. Next change is to her swing combination, which is this target combo, heavy punch, heavy kick. 3 hits, and that last hit is cancelable into special, super, or drive rush. So what they changed about it is the cancel window to go into those things is now shifted to be 2 frames later. So for example, in Season 2, all the time, we used to see this, right? Medium kick, spiral arrow, cancel. So this was used a lot because it was pretty decent damage, really good corner carry, about half the stage, and after double dash, you actually got a setup off of this. Double dash, this used to be +2, so you could go for a low or throw, but now we're 0. So what's going to happen is we do double dash, we do jab, and they can trade. So this Oki is pretty much gone. Another setup that you saw pretty often in Season 2 was this cancel into medium punch hooligan. And then you have several options, right? You can do low there, you can go for meaty overhead, you can go for a bait. But because of the 2-frame cancel window shifting, this is now not going to hit meaty anymore. You can see if you look at the frame meter, the first active frame, that pink one, is the one that hits. So we don't get any kind of bonus frames. Before, you used to be able to cancel into, for example, level 1 super here, but that doesn't work. You could also cancel into light spiral that used to juggle. Doesn't work anymore. So this setup is also nerfed, and I would recommend going for a different one. So one good option for Oki now is after medium spiral, you just drive rush. Holding down back, you're +10 here to bait reversals and supers. You can manually control how far you are and how plus you are by when you time that down back. So here I was +6. I'm going to try to do it a little later. +5 there. In or out of throw range, you can choose. Also from this, we can go into a perfect meaty strike. You can see last active frame of the crouching fierce there. And of course, if the strike connects, then you have a lot of time to confirm. You get another heavy punch or whatever you want. Another option we have is going straight into meaty throw from the drive rush. We can also go for delayed shimmy in case they throw tech. And we can also bait, right? Another effect of this change is that heavy target combo into light spiral now whiffs, but it leaves you at +6. You can kind of fish for a counter hit here with standing medium punch or even standing heavy punch. The corner combo with this is actually exactly the same, probably because of the next change, but this is light spiral into medium DP, leaves us at +21. And we get a nice frame kill setup here with whiff jab into standing medium punch. You can see it hits on the last active frame, so +9 on hit, +2 on block, and for the confirm, I like to do another fierce, and you can loop this into itself. And on block, I do a standing light kick because it'll frame trap them with a 3-frame gap, and if this medium punch connects, you actually get a confirm off of that. This opens up a new combo route mid-screen off of back roundhouse, which is drive rush heavy punch, light spiral, medium spiral. Plus 30 knockdown, which leaves us at the perfect timing to do dash crouch heavy punch on the last active frame. The only thing about this is it has to be perfect. If I hit Ryu when he's too high up, that's just going to whip. So it kind of has to be at the lowest possible point, just like that. Any earlier, and this is going to drop. Last change, which is also the biggest, is light spin knuckle against airborne. The knockback on it changed. So this didn't seem like much at first, but this actually opens up a ton of options and new setups that you can mix and match any way that you want. So bear with me. First thing, optimal combos actually use this now. So meterless, you're going to do back roundhouse, light knuckle, heavy DP. So that's 30-80, not bad. This is also an efficient way to cash out 1 meter if you want more damage in corner carry. And also level 3, this is really efficient. Over 5,000 damage for that. Another use is in the corner off of light knuckle. You can end the combo in standing heavy kick. This leaves you at plus 10 in this case. I think it's plus 12 if you have 2 of these in here. Yeah, so in either case, you can meaty with crouching heavy punch, and that's plus 8, so enough to connect another heavy punch afterwards. You can go for a surprise throw as well. If you want to drive rush into this route from a medium, you can do crouching heavy punch into back roundhouse, into light knuckle. You can also use it in side switch routes like this one. So a huge application for this is safe jumps. We're going to do back roundhouse, light knuckle, and what you can do there is skip the ender, lose out on some damage for this plus 56, and then we frame kill with crouching light kick, leaves us at plus 42. That's the safe jump timing. So we're going to hold up after that, up forward, jump in with heavy punch or heavy kick, and that's going to be a safe jump. So I'm going to turn on Shoryuken. Safe against that. And also, if they drive parry it, then you're actually able to act because you're slightly minus here, but you won't be punished by a throw or a jab like a normal perfect parry. So this actually covers back roll and roll in place. Just depends on your distance. So if you're spaced out, for example, off of a driver's confirm here, see the tech in place, you're still same side. But if I just do the same thing from point blank, I cross over. So it's somewhat distance dependent, but if you see that you're going to cross yourself up like this, you can do a jump light kick. You can react to where they tech and use a different jump in normal for the situation. So another way to get a plus 56 knockdown is off of back medium punch target combo. Drive rush light kick, light knuckle. That's also plus 56, so you do the exact same setup. On top of the plus 56, you can also set up a plus 60, like this. Same as the last one, just back medium punch instead of light kick. Plus 60, and if you get this one's actually a side switch, but you get a whole dash to do the frame kill. So dash and then jump. So it even looks tricky. Safe jump right there. A lot of people get hit by that straight up, but what they can do is recover in place. And now the dash jump doesn't work. And even the trick from before where we changed to light kick in the air doesn't work anymore. So that one's actually a harder read. You have to say, if they're going to get up in place, you have to neutral jump here. You get the same safe jump. It's just a 50-50 which way they're going to roll. A pretty stable side switch setup that doesn't use safe jump is just going to be forward dash 3 times. I was off by a frame, but you can see plus 5 there. I'll try one more time. There it is. So buffering perfectly into itself, you're left at plus 6 point blank, which gives you a meaty standing medium punch with 1 extra frame on hit and block, or you can set up a trade with your 10 frame, things like that. It's also worth learning the deeper options off of safe jump. So far this jump in normal that we've been doing, of course hits high, but a jump in normal with that timing is the only thing that's going to beat reversals on wake up. So these next 2 options are kind of for when you've established that this is the option you're going for, and you expect your opponent to respect that and block high. So So if we're expecting our opponent to block high on wake up, of course we want to jump to make them think we're going high, and then we can actually do an empty jump low off of the same setup. The downside here, as you can see on the frame meter, is that there's about a 5 to 6 frame gap on wake up that they can mash through, but you're kind of making the read that they're going to be blocking high here. So you want to jump, and then on the frame that you land, or slightly before, you want to input that crouch light kick as soon as possible, and then we can go into a combo from there. So now that we're representing a high and low option, something they might try to do to deal with it is parry, and they might get the perfect parry there as well. Now, while the perfect parry isn't going to punish you, they're still going to avoid the mix-up. So one thing that we can do to deal with this option is empty jump into throw. And this actually has a similar gap because the crouch light kick is 5 frames and the throw is 5 frames. So there's going to be a window on their wake up where they can just mash out of both of these options. So once you unlock this level, now you just go back to the layer 1, and this is going to hit them meaty counter hit against their mash. That's pretty much it for safe jumps. So now let's look at a few non-safe jump mix-ups that you get off of these knockdowns. So I'm going to do plus 56, like this one for example, and then we actually get a true 3-way mix with charged heavy hooligan. So I'm going to do instant charged hooligan. Overhead, you can see there's only a 1 frame gap on their wake up before they have to be dealing with this, either blocking it high or doing a reversal. And another option that we have here, you have to manually delay this, but you actually get a hooligan grab. You can see I was off by 1 frame there. There we go, that was a meaty grab. So if they're standing up, that's going to snatch them. And in order to deal with the DP, you can also represent a bait off of this by just canceling the charged hooligan immediately. You can see this is only -1. You're left point blank, which is in throw and jab range, but if you have a feeling that they're getting a little too DP happy, you can bait it out like this. Another option for a meaty strike off of this is you can do charged heavy hooligan into the immediate kick follow-up for the dive kick. You can see it's +8 on hit, giving us plenty of time to go into a heavy punch, and on block this is also going to be quite meaty, which gives us some nice frame advantage. This is +4, and you're in throw range and you're in strike range, so you can do a lot with that. The only downside is that this dive kick, it actually just hits mid, so they can block this high or low, unlike the charged overhead. Off of the +60 knockdowns, you can actually get access to basically the same setup. It's just that the first hit of this overhead is going to hit meteor, and if you're going for the hooligan grab, you're going to have to delay it manually by an additional 4 frames or so to make sure that it doesn't whiff before they get up. And same thing, if I do the charged dive kick, instantly this drops and leaves me punishable, so you have to manually delay that timing just a bit. Another option that you have off of these knockdowns is to go for hooligan dive kick and have it whiff. So +56 for example, I'm going to do light hooligan into dive kick. This leaves me at +2 point blank, so you can get a true throw or low mix right there. And if you do the same thing but with medium punch hooligan, you can see this leaves you +4 in throw range. And similarly, if you do the heavy one and with dive kick, it's +6, and now you're out of throw range. So you can put yourself at a variety of advantageous situations depending on the option that you want to do next. And the only thing to look out for here is if they recover in place. This will side switch, but you're left at essentially the same range. So this actually covers both sides. Just be wary that you might cross yourself up into the corner. And for +60, this actually works basically the same. It just changes the advantage that you're going to have on wake up. So there I did light hooligan after a +60 into whiff dive kick. Leaves me at +6. Let's do medium punch hooligan off of a +60. This is +8. And final one, +60 into heavy hooligan, 10. So actually off of this last one, it's meaty enough that you can get a whole crouch heavy punch, and this is +2 on block, and that's going to be +8 on hit, giving you another route into heavy punch. I could go on longer, but for now I want to keep this video pretty short. So if you guys have any comments, questions, anything about Season 3, any thoughts about Cammy, please let me know down below.